Welcome back to the Comedy Kitchen, and thank you for tuning in. I'm a local comedian out of the New England area, and I combine my two favorite things is stand-up comedy and eating. If you've tuned in before, you know this. I'm bringing on some of my favorite comics from the New England area and friends to be on the show. And if you're on Facebook, go look up the Comedy Kitchen. Click the like button, let us know you're there, and you can follow what we're doing in the episode. And for episode 3, I brought on one of my friends I met early on in comedy, and we've watched each other's career go from then on out. Please welcome my friend Alana Susko. Alana, welcome to the show.
Hey, Dennis. Thank you very much for having me here today. I'm so excited. Number 3, that's my lucky number.
That's right. So you played in the lottery tonight, number 3.
I'm always playing the lottery.
Today we are going to be cooking Mom's world-famous chocolate chip cookies. And what's more American than chocolate chip cookies, right? Melt in your mouth. There's 100 cookies I could have chose. I chose chocolate chip cookies. So to get going, you want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and we're going to mix it up while you get your oven going. So before we get started, tell the people, how did you get started out in comedy?
I got started out in comedy. It was always my dream. I have a lot of brothers who told me that I wasn't pretty enough to be an actress. Or thank you. But it was always my dream. But I was terrified of public speaking. So I got into the direct sales industry where I could practice talking in front of small groups of people at a time, and that helped get my courage up.
It is. It's tough when you start out. If you're not used to speaking in front of people, it's nervous.
Right.
And you eventually get over it, but it's the fear of getting over it first is the tough thing. All right, so to get going, we're going to need our small bowl right here. And we need 2 1/4 cups of flour. So we got our flour here. And I want to open that up.
Are we doing an exact measurement, or are we going to cook like I cook at home where the recipe is just a guide?
Well, we do measurements here, but if you're that good you can do it by eye, then you've been cooking for a while like Mom. So, all right, so we'll get 1 cup here.
We get to eat them after, right?
We certainly do. That's the best part. Why would I do a cooking show if we weren't going to eat after?
Right. Oh, my ovaries are so happy.
We got 1. They like chocolate chip that good, do they?
They love them.
All right.
They love them.
See, that's the American way, the American chocolate chip cookie.
Sometimes I feel like I could just eat the world and have a food baby. Yeah.
All right, so we got 2. Now we need 1/4, and that looks like 1/4 cup. We'll
flour still?
We're still on the flour.
We should substitute with sugar.
You like the sugar?
I
Makes
love
it
sugar.
Sweet and chewy.
Yeah.
All right, that looks good. Throw that one in there. All right, after that, we are going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So you can open that one up, and I'll grab our trusty teaspoon.
Baking soda, it's also good for like bee stings.
Things you did not know about baking soda right here. Sunburns.
Poison oak, poison ivy, soak in baking soda. Yep.
Throw it right
Does that look good, like level, like that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, all right.
It's all going to come out looking good. Fair enough. After that, all right, we need 1 teaspoon of salt.
Oh, a whole teaspoon.
A whole teaspoon, give it that taste, you know?
Yeah, salt's important. You know, even animals have salt licks. Salt got a bad rap, and you know, that was misinformation. They said it raised your cholesterol and your blood pressure, and that's a lie.
It's a lie, all right?
It's a
You're
lie.
hearing it here first.
It's only
in the
for some
kitchen.
people is it salt bad for it, but for most people,
I know that.
Yeah, for most people, salt is good.
You ever walk at McDonald's and you see those people with the French fries and they just never stop. They love their salt. So.
Yeah, I put salt on my Chinese food. Holy crap!
Is that too much?
Sorry, I feel like it is. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's not, well.
Kind of destroyed your cap there.
That's
all right,
good. All right.
Well, yeah.
1 teaspoon of salt is in. All right, so we're going to take that. We're going to mix it up a little bit. And as I'm mixing this, tell people about Comedy on Purpose. That's what you do in comedy. Explain that a little bit to them.
Sure. Okay. Comedy on Purpose is my dream company, and it's a company designed to bring more laughter to the world.
The world needs more laughter.
The world, it does need more laughter because laughter makes everything better, you know, just like butter. And I try to look for a way to laugh every day. I think it's what keeps us young. It lowers our cholesterol, our blood pressure. And there's a lot of good people out there that want to do fundraisers for a friend in need or a family member, or just raise money to do a breast cancer walk. So I can provide a show at any budget for any audience and keep the laughter going.
Okay, and if they want to check you out, you have a website. Tell the people what's your website.
My very ugly website is www.comedyonpurpose.com.
All right, if you're in the New Hampshire area, you want to Google that on your computer and support live comedy and go out. It's always fun to have a night out and laugh, you know? You can go to a bar and do nothing, or you can go into a bar and watch comedy. Why would you choose not to? It's a fun time.
It's a great date night.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Even if you got nothing to do, it's better than sitting home watching reruns.
Right.
Go out by yourself if
Right,
you have
or you
to.
don't have a date, bring your mom. I bring my mom everywhere.
I got my mom in the studio audience. Let's hear it for Mom.
Hey, Mom!
That's right. Okay. So what are some shows you got coming up? Where can people see you here in the near future?
My next show is Thursday night, the 28th, at Fody's Tavern in Nashua. I'm there every first, second, and fourth Thursday of the month. In Soho, Asian Restaurant and Bar, Lowell Road in Hudson, every third Thursday. In March 1st, I'm doing a show with Mike Donovan for... what are they called? It's an incredible organization that raises money for youth in need, for young children with cancer, young kids sporting and recreation. Yeah, it should be a fun time. That's in Gardner.
It's always fun when you can, help people out and do what you love to do. It's a win-win. You can't lose in that situation.
Yeah.
All right, we set our small bowl aside. Next, we're going to move on to the big bowl. And let's move the ingredients over so people can see what we're doing here. All right, and in the big bowl, we need 1 cup of butter softened, which would be 2 sticks, and apparently we have the small packages, so we're going to use 4 small sticks. But
yeah, half sticks. We have to do the math.
So we got 4 half sticks, 2 big sticks. Then you can have a stick fight after you eat if you're a kid. It don't even matter. Whatever you want to do.
Did you know that like 1 stick of butter, that represents 6 pounds of fat?
Wow.
I know. I've lost like 30 sticks of butter this year.
Well, that's a good thing to do.
30 whole sticks,
I've gained the 30
not
that
half
she's lost.
sticks.
Don't worry about it. So all leverages on. But I absolutely love to eat.
I'm like 60 sticks of butter heavier than I've ever been, but I think I'm all that in a bag of chips and a dill pickle on the side. So, yeah. It's all about how you feel, I guess.
It
doesn't matter. Good food.
Go big.
It matters. Yeah.
Once you go big, that's what you'll dig. All right, we got our 4 sticks of butter in. Oh, we got them somewhat in. All right.
We got them in.
Of course we did.
I hate to waste.
Don't want to waste. Scrape it in there.
I'm going to scrape that in there, yeah.
Right.
Okay, I feel good about that.
Next, we need 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. We got the sugar over there.
Dominoes.
Let's see if I can, that's.
Dominoes. I'm surprised they didn't go with like kind of a black and white dot motif.
Black and white motif?
Yeah, like a domino.
There you go.
Little play on words.
Domino. All right, I guess we'll fill that one 3/4 of the way is all we can do at this point.
We should do it over the bowl.
Whoa, stop.
I'm sorry.
We like it a little
If you have a little
extra
extra sugar, I don't think it'll hurt anything.
Yummy.
Yeah.
The sugar's the best part.
Yep. Okay.
All right, after that, we're going to need 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Which we got over there.
I love brown sugar.
And we got our cup, we got our half cup, but we have no 3/4 cup. So we can either do 3 small ones, or we can do, as Alana said, play it by eye and just do, 3/4
Just
of the
use
big
a
cup.
pinch. I love that you have scissors up here. You're so ready.
I'm not ready. Mom is ready, okay? I would not be ready.
I was going to use my teeth and be like, look away.
All right.
How much again?
I like to cook. I love the eating part
Are we
more.
filling
3/4 of it.
Okay.
No, just like the last time.
3. Just like a little bit over, okay?
Just a little bit over because we like it extra sweet. All right.
Yeah.
That's looking good.
Okay, there's the love.
We're going to tap
That's the
that
love
right
in there.
Love is extra sweet. And we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which we got right over there.
Yeah. Now, are we just going to pour? Are we just going to free pour on that?
Well, you got some butter on our spoon here, but we'll take the tablespoon.
Okay. All right.
See?
Oh, is this a squirt? This is just a squirt.
Is it a squirt?
I don't know.
We'll squirt some in the teaspoon and then we'll be good.
We gotta open it.
Oh, see, we got it all figured out here at the Comedy Kitchen.
I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just gonna give you a little fun food fact about everything that we're cooking with, apparently. But alcoholics drink this. I don't know if that's
Get a buzz off vanilla extract
true.
there?
I don't know. We should do it over the bowl.
Just in case.
Oh, yeah. That's
Beautiful.
good. That's perfect.
See that?
Yeah.
We're all pros here at the Comedy Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, I can smell the alcohol in that. Yeah, that's
It's
good.
all good.
That's yummy.
All right, next thing we want to know about is I know you do some work with Athenas, and within restraint, tell the folks if they want to do an Athenas show, what would they go about? Explain it to them.
Sure. That was the company I started with 10 years ago, and I still love my job today. It's like a Tupperware party, but instead I do a demonstration and an education of romance enhancement bath and body and spa products. It's wicked fun. Great girls' night out, and you can check out my website at www.athenashn.com/329.
And she always has a few she gives away at comedy shows that I work with.
It's our timekeeper.
It's a fun thing, and it's a great night out for the girls, so you want to check that out. All right, we got to beat up this ingredients until it is somewhat creamy. So, would you like to do the honors, or would you like me to?
Oh, we're not going to do it by hand? Awesome.
Why do it by hand when we have the beater available?
All right.
All right.
Okay. Oh, this is awesome. This is a great little beater right here.
Say, just beat it.
Just beat it. I thought I'd have to do this by hand, so I'm kind of excited.
You see that? We're already here.
Look at, yeah. Do a little trick.
What are some of your favorite cookies, Alana?
Well, definitely chocolate chip. I love everything with nuts. I'm really sad about people with all these food allergies. I don't know what's going on in the world today. I think it's because we eat weird things when we're pregnant, or maybe they're drinking or doing drugs, but I love nuts in all my cookies. I have my favorite kind of recipe, came to me in a dream. When I was pregnant with my son, I dreamed of him when he was like 20 years old, and he came to me, and of course I was looking gorgeous. I was barely 50.
Of course.
And he brought me like a layer of dark chocolate brownies, and then a layer of peanut butter cookies,
as I pound as she's talking.
and then a layer of just extra dark chocolate, like kind of melted and then hardened on top. Wicked good. I call that like the triple threat. And I still make those today because it was so yummy. It came to me in a dream. I ate them all in the dream too. It was good. That's my favorite.
Food. When you're dreaming about food, you know you love food. That's always good. You want to hand me a paper towel there? Because we got to keep the studio
my friend.
clean.
Who gets to lick the beaters?
We each get
you
one
got to bang those out. I can't. Oh, I can. Okay, I will. Oh, good. Oh, Mom,
That's all right. We don't have foodies. Don't even work. Oh, we got to use them again, right?
I only licked this end. Oh, no, we don't. We're just going to beat it by hand.
We beat it by hand. It's all good.
Here's that.
We don't want to make a mess.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now we got to add 2 large eggs.
Yep.
Oh, and that's what Mom's saying. We got to beat them while we add them. Well,
That's all right.
That's all right.
I can do it by hand. I'm pretty good. I can use both my right and my left.
Hang on 1 second.
Okay. Let me bring it. Look at us.
Keep it going as we go here.
Yeah. Oatmeal raisin cookies, they make me feel like I'm doing a healthier choice, but I read the fat content on those, and don't even bother people. It's the same. So,
it's the same
yeah,
as
so
everything.
just let that myth go.
All right, so tell the people, while you were doing comedy, you've been doing it. How long have you been doing comedy now?
I thought it was 5 years, but when I really do the math, I guess it's closer to 7. I don't like to keep track of the years, because then if you talk in years, you just sound old, and that's not a good idea. No one, you know what? It's not for the weak-hearted, Dennis.
No, it's not.
Of all the things I wanted to be as a little girl, I never wanted to be middle-aged.
So in all the years you've been doing comedy, what would you say your favorite memory in comedy is?
My favorite memory in comedy was a Thursday night show that we did at Fody's Tavern. It was like my first calendar year there, and I threw my own birthday party. Now I throw like 3 or 4 birthday parties every birthday time frame. Yeah, like Ellen DeGeneres, we have that in common. And we had done an impromptu fundraiser for a woman that I worked with at school, and we had raised $550. And one gentleman came up, and she had just wanted to take a vacation with her family. She was stage 4 terminal, and he offered his vacation home to her and her family. And it just made me feel like there's so many beautiful people in the world, and look what comedy brought together. We had a wonderful evening. It was a wonderful birthday celebration, and that was my greatest night in comedy so far.
And there you go. It's always a fun thing. Because every show is different. You know, when you show up to a show, every crowd's different, every person's different, and it's fun to walk into. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you in comedy? Anything wild ever happened?
Not so crazy. Sometimes people talk to you, and that's weird because you're performing and you're not really having a conversation, but I guess then it makes it feel so real that they think that you're communicating with just them, that you're that relatable. The weirdest thing I ever did in the home party business, though, is I went to the wrong home.
Oh, geez.
I know, and it was just one of those just perfect storms, you know. They were expecting this guy to come with his girlfriend, but they were coming separately, and he was late and the girlfriend was late, so they just welcomed me into their home, and then I'm like, oh, where do I set up? And then they're like, set up what? What are you doing?
You show up with adult home novelties and someone's
so
home that don't know
I gotta
yet.
get out of here. I'm in the wrong place. Yeah,
Oh,
they had
that's
Crystal
always
out
good.
and everything. I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were doing dinner. I thought we were just doing like hors d'oeuvres, and anyway, so that was fun.
So you
I
had
didn't
some
get shot.
explaining to do after that one. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
All right, our next move is you're going to pour that in slowly as I mix it.
And you're
into
going to stir
that
it?
small bowl into the big bowl.
Okay.
So go ahead and throw
You know,
that
we
in.
didn't sift the flour.
We didn't sniff the flour. Are you supposed to sniff the flour?
And you're supposed to sift it.
Oh, sniff
You know,
it,
you have
sift
one of
it,
those
whatever you
little
gotta do.
shifters. Little.
Oh, okay.
Really, I think that's why we have gyms today. Is because back in the day when you were cooking, you were working out. You know, you weren't using an automated blender. You were like stirring it, and you were sifting the flour, which really it works your forearms. Have you seen a forearm like that? Probably.
You know what you're doing, see?
Yeah, that's from sifting. I have a
The
sifter at home.
comedy,
I would have brought my sifter.
the cookies, the home novelties.
It's all good. It's all about the love and the laughter, Dennis.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and the cookies. So
Yeah.
don't forget to leave the cookies out.
If we add in food, that's the triple
I
trifecta.
know, you can stir a little. My hand's getting tired.
All
Not
right,
pour it. How
all
about
right,
that?
all right. Yeah, do it.
See, I don't have as big an arm as
No,
that.
pour. I got it.
All right, we're pouring.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Oh, this looks good. This looks so good. I would just bathe in this. Yeah.
So as we're doing this, what are some of the mainstream comics that inspired you to want to do comedy that you watched growing up as a kid?
Oh, God, Bill Cosby.
classic
Absolutely
dad right
number
there.
one. He was my favorite. I just can't imagine anybody more talented. His storytelling, he was clean. The way he had rapport with kids.
You could listen to him for hours.
You really, really could. And George Carlin, another great. Yeah, he was a little more dark. Eddie Murphy, only because I saw him in like this red leather suit, and I'm like, oh my God,
He'd
he's
shock you some of the
so
stuff
hot.
as a kid. Don't let mom catch you listening to this. It was-
Yeah. Robin Williams, Steve Martin,
Steve Martin.
Adam
yeah.
Sandler. Just because
Classics. He's on the scene now. He does the
local.
movie stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
And my I have a friend who her best friend's sister is married to him or something like that, and he's just like real good, down to earth people. Like if you come over, he'll offer you a beer, you know. So I can't wait to meet him, you know, in real life, and just I have a vision about.
Say, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
No, I
You
have-
think you're stalking him then? See, so you got to act somewhat normal.
Yeah. Well,
It's looking good, Alana. I don't think
I
you have to
feel.
work
You know
at
what
it
it's
anymore.
missing though,
What's
Dennis?
it missing?
It's missing chocolate, dude.
You know what it's missing? The chocolate chips, and
I-
that is our next step here on
All
this
right,
recipe.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Okay. So what we're going to get is 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate morsels, and we got the.
I feel like if we were to
chocolate
eyeball
morsels
this
over there.
looks like 2 cups.
And if there's any extra, you know, hey, we know what happens to the extra, right? All right, cup number 1. Pour
Oh no, what if we
Looks
don't have
good.
enough?
and shoot.
2, right?
2.
Yay. See, it's.
You could even put more if you want.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah,
You know what?
that's it.
Good, all right.
That's awesome.
That's all right. Okay, so locally on the local comedy scene around New England, who are some of the favorite comics you like to work with on the local comedy scene?
Let's see.
They're gonna love you because you had to think that long
no,
about
that's
it.
so
I'm
fine. No, because there's so many. Joey Carroll, absolutely, just an incredible human being, wicked, wicked funny. He goes overseas for our troops. You can always count on him to do a good job.
Hats off to the troops,
Yep.
absolutely.
Bob Seibel, he's an altogether just incredible, great talent. He's amazing. He could go for hours. He's so entertaining, and he just builds rapport really, really well with the audience. Steve Bjork. Love working with Steve Bjork, and his comedy is kind of timeless because it takes you back to when you were younger. He talks about being married and going through the supermarket, and he does this thing about being in the bank teller line and how you can just play with people. And he's a fun,
The
great,
real life subjects,
a
those
really
are always
great
the
person.
best ones in comedy.
And for
absolutely.
like improvisation, like for doing imitations, Bob Gotcho. Have you had the opportunity to work with him? Because he is so funny, he is so fast, he's so quick-witted. He changes characters. He becomes Robert De Niro. He can do Edith and Archie Bunker, and
All the classic TV
yeah,
ones.
and he's really, really fun. And you can put him in front of nuns, and you'll be okay. He will fully entertain them. He can go as clean, as squeaky clean as needs to be. And,
Whatever
yeah.
you need is always good in comedy, and that's one of the fun things. You meet great people,
Yeah.
comics you work
Yeah.
with. You meet great people in the the crowd, and it's always fun to meet people and interact with them. All right, I've stirred up our chocolate chip morsels into the batter.
Oh, those look so good.
They look yummy, don't they? So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to get out our cookie tray, and we're going to grab a little spoon right here. I'll grab one, and we can put some little lumps on there.
Okay.
About the size of maybe a golf ball. Half a golf ball.
My lovely chocolate lumps. Oh, you're making them big, big.
I like big cookies because I'm a big guy.
That should be a song.
If you like to eat, you want a big cookie, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah. I like big cookies.
Right.
I cannot lie.
My other friends ask me why. Bake it, bake it, bake it. See, we can get a little song going here.
She walks by with a pretty little lump.
That's right.
A chocolate. A chocolate.
We could even have this in the open. We got a new theme song for the Comedy Kitchen right here. All right. You can use a bigger cookie sheet. We got a small one for now.
Don't waste that.
We don't want to waste nothing.
Those look gorgeous. I call dibs on that one.
And, okay, we got dibs already.
We got dibs already, yeah.
We got this, and what you're going to want to do after on the cookie sheet, you're going to want to put that in the oven. You're going to want to bake them for 10 minutes until they're golden brown. And when you get done, they should come out looking scrumptious like this.
Oh my goodness, those are gorgeous.
Do these look good or do
those
they look
look
good?
so great.
These are the chocolate chip cookies you're going to end up with.
Whoa.
And you can throw one on the table if you want. You can eat one. You can do whatever you want.
I'll eat this one. Are we allowed to eat cookies on today?
I just ate one, so I guess we're allowed.
Wrong.
All right. So last question, where would you like to end up in comedy, in your comedy career, before it's all said and done? Where would you like to be?
Well, my ultimate dream would be to get to the point where I'm raising like $500,000 a year for different charities and fundraisers and benefits. And I'd very much like to do Comedy Central special as the Princess Goddess, my other persona.
Every comic's
That
called
would be like
Comedy
the ultimate.
Central.
I feel like that. And Saturday Night Live, I'd love to host a Saturday Night Live and be a part of that.
Your dream come true.
And do commercials. I think I would be really ridiculous fun as commercials and maybe a couple of movies. That would be my ultimate dream. Mostly if I end up just enjoying my family, enjoying my fun, enjoying doing comedy and my life, then I'm rich already.
Just
That's
do what
the
you
ultimate.
love to do until the day you die, and you never work a day in your life. That's what you do.
So true, yeah.
All right, we got a few minutes left in the Comedy Kitchen, and would you be gracious enough to give the audience some of your stand-up comedy?
Good.
Welcome back to the Comedy Kitchen, and it is my pleasure to introduce from Comedy on Purpose my very good friend. Give it up for Alana Susko.
Thank you, Dennis. It's such a pleasure to be here in your studio audience. I so enjoyed making cookies with you. You know, I come from a very large family. I have 15 brothers and sisters. So if I look familiar, we're probably related. Or you're watching too much porn. I grew up in a small town called Hudson behind Benson's Animal Farm. That's what put us on the map. And I think that parenting today is equally as hard as it was back in the day. Because I have 3 children, and they are in band, chorus, jazz, swing, choir, soccer, softball, baseball, and taekwondo. And if I don't attend one of their practices, games, meets, or tryouts, they think I don't love them. Now, when I was a kid, I remember being so excited to join the school track team, and I asked my dad, and his response was, "Oh, yeah? Well, run yourself there and run yourself home. I'm not doing taxi service." And when my parents went grocery shopping, they'd just leave all us kids in the car, which is why to this day, I can still discreetly pee in a beer bottle, and I don't let my parents babysit my kids. We had this old farmhouse, and it had a lightning rod. It was 3 feet up in the air, 6 feet into the ground. My dad dug it himself. And every time there'd be a thunderstorm, our house would get struck by lightning, and if you ran the faucets, flames would come shooting out. My father would be at the kitchen table. "If it wasn't for that damn rod, would all be blown to bits." You'd walk into our house, and there'd be the stove, the refrigerator, the washer, the dryer. It was called a pantry. And as kids, we made a game out of touching one appliance and another appliance at the same time because you get this electric jolt. And if you were holding on to something, it would fly out of your hands. Hence the game Fling the Fork, which replaced Dodge the Knife because one of my brothers wasn't that fast. And from there, you'd go into the kitchen, and it was really only a kitchen because it had a sink, it had a table, and it had the largest piece of furniture in our home, a cast iron wood stove. It was our major heat source. I can't tell you how many cold winter nights I went to bed with like hat, mittens, socks, Wonder Bread bags over my socks because that was my galoshes for the next day. As a teenager, I got my first apartment and I called my dad and I'm like, Dad, there's this thing on the wall and when you move it, the heat comes on. It's like magic. And we didn't buy wood. No, you don't buy wood. You think money grows on trees? No, wood grows on trees. So my brothers and I would all go off into the woods, would push down small old trees, would break it with our bare hands and stack it, and that was our firewood. When I got my first home, we had to put in a septic system, and my dad freaked out because I'm like, Dad, the most expensive part is the loam, the dirt. And he's like, Jesus Christ, you don't buy dirt, you dig it up here, and you put it there. You're lazy. What in the hell are you thinking? It's earth, for Christ's sakes. And years later, we put in a rock wall, and if you've ever priced out a pallet of rocks, it's quite expensive. And when I told my dad, he's like, Jesus Christ, Alana, you're giving me a stroke. This is the granite state. What in the hell are you thinking? We grow rocks. You go into the woods, you see a rock wall, you move the damn thing. You'll be buying bottled water next, for Christ's sakes. Well, and I'll tell you, he called me the other night, and I'm like, hello? Who the hell am I talking to? Dad, you called me, My father, nicest, prejudiced guy you will ever meet in your entire life, except he loves Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't argue with you, and they never drink your beer, no matter how many times you offer it to them. And he's very repetitive. He never thinks you're listening, so he likes you to write things down. Hey, Nancy, his fourth wife. Nancy, Alana needs some paper. She's got to write this down. It starts off in the morning. I brush my teeth. Made in China. I drink my coffee. Made in China. And then they're sucking us dry. Dad, stop shopping at the dollar store. Tell you a quick last story. My baby brother married this wonderful, beautiful, lovely lady from Costa Rica. And together they have 3 children under the age of 5. And nothing gives my siblings and I more pleasure than to say things to my dad like, Dad, your Hispanic grandchildren. Jesus Christ, don't talk about them like that. Thanks, you guys have been great. I'm really happy to be here with Cooking and Comedy with Dennis Wirth. Thank you.
Thank you so much.